proclamation. Inhabitants of conquered territories are henceforth informed that any attempt to impede the imperial war effort shall be met with punishment of the highest severity. Hail Kaiser, Duke Adel Dahi, Grand Chancellor, Commander of Army Group East. Alright. I think I need 750 wood before I can get my next upgrade.
Then one day, gazing towards the horizon, the Queen spotted Lyrian banners whipping about in the wind.
At long last,
She said with a smile. Meve resolved to speak with the commander, one Baronet Eldar. It was the first time they met, and the youth very much impressed her. Yet instead of questioning Eldar about the foe's troop movements, Reynard took the conversation down a seemingly irrelevant path.
And how's your father, if I may ask? In good health, I hope?
Yes, though he still nurses that bump he suffered while hunting last winter. Yet he's not one to complain. I'll tell him you asked.
Irritated at the trivial nature of the conversation, Meve gave her horse a dose of her reins and cantered off. Once Eldar and his men were safely behind them, she took Reynard aside.
Reynard, this is no time for gossip and pleasantries. We are at war.
Yes, Your Majesty. And in such times, little should be taken at face value. Even a man's name.
Get to the point, Reynard.
Eldar's father died a month past. His son, I venture, should have known as much.
But that means... Oh, the bastard. Impeccable accent, though.
I fear he's rather representative of what we face. Nilfgaardian spies are ever well prepared.
Tell me, how did you know?
He wears no mourning on his armor. Were it not for that, I dare say I might never have guessed. What are your orders, Your Grace? To observe these Nilfgaardian mummers?
Assemble a force. Tell them to follow our new allies. Observe them closely.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard's scouts did as ordered, watching the false Lyrians while themselves remaining unseen. Soon after, a scout returned with news that the false Lyrians seemed headed for Rastburg, a castle several leagues to the north.
Okay. House.
House, barn, granary. Blackclads burnt it all down. Begged 'em, my lady. On hands and knees. They just laughed.
Oh, Nilfgaard. Why are you so mean? Oh man, I'm gonna be even faster soon. I'm gonna be like lightning. This can't be all the upgrades, right? Because that's not really a lot of variety in terms of the cards available. And I'm pretty sure this game is supposed to be pretty long. So I don't think that's all the upgrades, or there are going to be opportunities to play other factions. I guess some things might just add a lot. Oh. Ugh, I do that every time. That's why I don't play real-time games. Okay, workshop. Training grounds, workshop. Oh. Oh, it's the gold. I'm almost there. Let's look at this. Well, that's already maxed out. Really not much more I can do. Exit camp. You guys gotta save for yourselves.
The False Lyrians approached Rastburg Castle. They sought to convince the defenders to open the gate. As their commanders negotiated with the commander on the ramparts, the remaining infiltrators crouched hidden behind a wall, awaiting the signal to rush forth.
Time for Baronet Elder to join his falsely claimed father,
muttered the Queen.
Follow me!
I didn't realize that that was leagues to the north. Rastburg Castle was of great strategic import. However, whoever held it controlled the road between the Lyrian capital and Rivia, as well as river transport on the Yavina. The fact that Nilfgaardian attempts to seize it in the early days of the war proved they had familiarized themselves with the enemy's territory and had long prepared for its occupation. Choose a Cartographer. It's only one round, so the next can be useless. The decoy won't be as useful. I think this is a pretty good array of units. I'm gonna finish.
They found us! Säga not to read!
Woo! Transformation sequence. If no unit is marked, mark the lowest enemy. After 3 turns, on turn start, transform it into Alba Pikeman and move it to your side. The next time an enemy uses its order ability, boost self by 2 and gain 2 armor. There's a number of things that make me not want to play this right away, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Which Blitz unit do I want on the top? See Blitz? He is. But let's go with an Arbalist. I think Arbalist is gonna be the name of the game here. Okay.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
I don't think the war wagon's gonna be long for this world. Either way. How much damage do these guys do? Anybody else do damage? No. Deploy. Strengthen, strengthen. Boost. Damage. Okay. He'll do 2 damage. So strength.
Can't take it anymore.
And we've got 8 on the row.
Give me a target.
So, are there any more arbalisters? No. I think I got another drummer in the front. So, that wasn't an order ability though, was it? I don't think it was. Let's do this. I know that. Okay. Let's put a, if I put a drummer down there. Well, actually, let's do this first.
Arbalist at your command.
Give them their armors. They can't.
El Herzer.
Okay. Now. Put a drummer down here.
Again and again and again.
Yes.
So the goal here is to spawn in as many guys as possible.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Move one guy down. This.
Armor won't save.
Do 9 damage.
Seifel!
Then move this guy down. Damage. Who do I want to be in the front?
Left,
drummer?
right, left, right.
That's right.
Time I taught you some respect!
Should not have done that. Oh well.
Scheiß in Trade! One boat's all I need.
It's my graveyard. No, just that. Well, I guess let's sit back here and see how
Off
things
to the
go for
front
me.
yet again.
Discipline, that is what you folk lack. Edouard.
The castle is secure, Your Grace.
Ooh. That's closer than I thought it'd be.
The Nilfgaardians found themselves in a clinch. As boiling oil and tar rained down on them from the walls, they attempted to retreat. Yet Meve's halberdiers cut off their path, and at the fight's end, Meve was victorious. The garrison commander now knelt by the body of the purported Baronet Eldar, in truth a Nilfgaardian spy. He shook his head in disbelief.
He addressed me by name. Knew our watchwords. Why, if you hadn't come along, Your Grace, I fear even to think on it.
Let this be a lesson then. Trust no one, not a living soul.
Then can we trust you, my queen?
Though victory was theirs, the Lyrians left Rastburg in mightily low spirits. They now knew well that Nilfgaard's spies were no less a threat than its heavy cavalry, than its war machines that spit fire.
Milady, if I may, the enemy yet lurks. You must bolster your force. You must incorporate a detachment from my unit.
Thank you. Anything else you gotta say for yourself?
The times, the world, the day. Can't even tell friend from foe. Treachery round every corner.
Oh boy. I've got my gold. Anyway, what sort of banner or border or whatever you can give me this time? Loot found. Congratulations for the multiplayer game. Thronebreaker. In my camp. Command tent. Workshop. There we go. It's happening, guys. I'm as fast as the wind. A streak of lightning. A blazing bolt. Actually, I should check what I want next. Increase the number of trinkets Meve can equip to 3? How many does she have now? Well, the next thing I'll probably get is... well, it's this. There. Got a scout tower. Then after that, I've got everything. It'll just be the Royal Treasury. Sweet. I talked to you already.
What the devil is going on? Where are our reinforcements? Why does Willem not ride out to face the foe, relieve besieged towns?
I can't say, Your Grace. We haven't had a single scroll from the Prince.
Gods be damned. I've the impression I'm a...
Oh, shoot. Your Majesty, there are people inside, undoubtedly locked themselves in to keep safe from Nilfgaardians. The devils have set it alight. We must do something. The roof is beginning to give way. Of course, I'm gathering volunteers to aid the villagers. Now! We've not a moment to lose. Of course, I want the card fragment. I totally interrupted her. That'll teach me. That'll teach me.
Keep a keen watch. Heard the thunder of hooves from the high. Cries for horses in a foreign tongue. Your Majesty, what of Prince Willem? Where is he? Why's he not come to relieve us?
Good question.
Oddities that foretold this war. But in the milk, stillborn foals, trees withered of a sudden, and I lost me tooth in a sweet bun.
Aye, I lost your tooth in a sweet bun, have ya? I'm going a bit soft, you're losing your teeth in a sweet bun.
Meve's retinue was riding through a narrow gully when a shrill cry cut the air.
En van den order!
The gully came alive, and soldiers in black armor rushed forth. A cry in turn went up and down Meve's ranks. Ambush!
The Illyrians closed in a tight circle, forming a barrier between the queen and their foe. Meve was safe, and yet she could not sit idle. She spurred on her steed and rode headlong into the throes of battle. In search of the Nilfgaardian commander, she had hoped to ask the black-clad a few questions, knife to his throat if necessary. See, I gotta be able to see the objectives and battlefield situation before I'm selecting my cards. I mean, maybe you don't get to... Well, no, you wouldn't have special objectives in a multiplayer game if playing against other players. You know, it's only one round, so I'm not gonna likely have use for the medics. Wagenberg's always pretty good. Illyrian Horn, get rid of this guy. He just doesn't synergize with anything. These guys, they're pretty good. They can call in reinforcements. The decoy. I'm less likely to need that. Okay, I'm good. Yes.
Defensive formation!
101, 102, 103.
What the hell is this? Before turn start, if there is a Nilfgaardian interceptor on the battlefield, reset its ambush and spawn a base copy of it. Let's just get an Arbalister up there, so that I can use Meve's ability.
One goat to my name.
Ha!
$152, $154.
Oh! After 3 turns... Ambush. After 3 turns on turn start, damage all units on the opposite row by 2. Okay, so that doesn't quite work how the opposite row quite work how I thought. It's actually melee to melee and ranged to ranged.
Again and again and again.
No, wait one. Can I please undo? Oh well.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Grotto dum anime est, faith est.
First, I'll do my Arbalister. Wait. Doesn't matter.
Give me a time.
Marble is to your command.
They get trigger oil at least 10 times. Probably in one fight.
Scheiß! In train!
Okay. This guy back. And I'll try to do this.
Time I taught you some respect.
Armor won't say.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
I'm actually running out of room. So, what happens when I'm out of room? Well, I should do this first. That's it, eh?
Left, right, left, right.
Off to the front yet again.
Can't take it.
I'm actually kind of hoping that they eliminate one of my units so that I can spawn guides again. So, oh, it just burns up. Okay.
I want them taken alive. I need answers.
After the skirmish, the Queen's troops brought several Nilfgaardian prisoners before her. Reynard, who had the best command of their mongrel tongue, interrogated. His first question, how many battalions were marching on Dravograd?
Kes, Zagdran, Ep, Dravograd, Ven.
The prisoners whispered feverishly, then one spoke on their behalf. They would answer no questions until the Queen pledged to free them in return. The Lyrian soldiers saw this as arrogance and said as much.
Conditions they're giving us now? Sons of whores! I say, we find a tree with a strong bough, several...
All right. If I promise to free the prisoners, they might talk. I know from Witcher 3 there were a lot of people deserted Nilfgaard. We order them to hang. Don't we already know how many? There's 3 registered.
Ignoring the objections of her retinue, Meve pledged what the soldiers wished. They, in turn, admitted their commander had pushed forward ahead of the army's core force. He now awaited reinforcements that would let him take Dravograd.
Ah, he's not ready
The
yet.
prisoners claimed these units would march through the village of Turnifen.
To lay there in ambush. Hold them. They could not join forces.
Reynard whispered, leaning in towards the Queen.
We would gain the advantage for the decisive battle.
Meve had obtained invaluable information, while the prisoners would gain their freedom. Or so it seemed at the time.
Did they lie to me?
The Queen listened closely to the prisoners, nodding many times. Then she simply said,
Hang them.
As they were dragged away, the prisoners shouted, protested, cursed the Queen, to exactly no avail. Meve simply could not risk their betraying her position as easily as they'd betrayed their commanders. That day, Meve demonstrated she would show the invaders no mercy. The Lyrians marched off, strengthened in their resolve, prepared to fight to the death.
Yep. That's exactly why I chose to do that. I could not let them leave and risk warning their comrades that we were coming and where we'd be and what we knew